In this video, I'm going to sum up the use of master pages in InDesign. So master pages live at the top of your Pages panel, and in a default new document, you will have one that says None in the square brackets, and then you'll have A-master. I've created the B-master, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So to edit master pages, you need to double-click on one of the page thumbnails. If you have a facing pages document, you will get two pages side by side. If you have single pages, there will just be one. Once you've double clicked in here, you'll notice that you can't keep scrolling down. So I can see that I have several pages, but I can't move around because I'm on my master pages. So everything on a master page is going to be applied to the page that you link the master to, and it's always going to be on the bottom of that layer. So if you put all of your elements on your master on layer 1 and stuff on your layouts is on layer 2 that's above layer 1, your master might get covered up depending on your layout. So the benefit of having things on master pages is really consistency. So if I exit preview mode by tapping the W key, I can see that I've edited my margins, and I have my general page frame set up. I've got my bleeds on here. All of that stuff is on your masters as well as your pages. Masters is a great place for any folio information. So that's page numbering, title of the magazine, perhaps the issue, chapter information, anything else that is going to help your user navigate whatever your layout is. Once you put things on a master and apply them to a page, once you're on the page, so I'm going to double click to go to one of my real pages here that has the A master applied. You cannot click on those things on the master. They're locked in, you can't accidentally move them, and that's a bonus. We don't want to be accidentally moving these things that should be in the exact same location on every page. So I'm going to double click to go back to my master. So I have some really simple elements here. These are just some lines that I have put in. These are two text boxes, and I've carefully aligned them to follow my grid layout, so they are obeying the same margins and using the same alignments as the content of my layout. These boxes that have an A in them, you may have seen on a real page, I'll go back real quick, are numbers. So this says 2 and 3. On my next page it says 4 and 5. So those are automatic page numbers. To get those, I'm going to go into my master, and all I've done is make a text box, and you don't type the A in there. You simply make a text box and then go to Type, Insert Special Character, Markers, and then choose Current Page Number. It shows up as an A because we're on the A master, and masters don't really have page numbers, so it just gives you the placeholder letter, and then you can style your font from there, do alignment, and then they will automatically turn into page numbers in your real layout pages. Now on pages 6 and 7, I made this image really big so that you could see that you may need alternate versions of your master pages. So in this case, I need white elements on my master, and they need to be on a higher layer than my background. So to make that, I selected both pages of my A master. I dragged them down to the new page icon in order to duplicate them, and InDesign automatically named it B master and gave me these two pages that had the exact same information. So on the B master, which originally started out exactly like the A master, I first created a new layer, and you can see I named it Master B, and then I just went through and made all of my elements the paper swatch so that they were white. So I selected all 4 of the text boxes, and I went to my swatches palette, went into the formatting options for text and made them white, and then I selected the 2 lines and changed the stroke to white. Once I was done with those changes, here in my layers panel, I click the lock icon, and then I just simply drag those to these pages. So I'm going to go to these live pages to show you what happens. So I'm going to put them back on my A master, and all I have to do is drag and drop the correct left and right sides to those pages, and you can see now instead of a little B, they have an A. So this is where I started. You can't see any of those elements. If I quickly cut this image, you can see that those master objects are there. So all I did to change that was I did the same process with the B master. I dragged and dropped the left page to the left page, the right page to the right page. You can see the A's changed to B's. And now I have the white page folio elements on top of my layout. And this works because my layout objects are all on layer 1. If you have a page where you intentionally want to skip having a page number, like covers, back covers, sometimes the insides of covers, or if you're going to have a special spread that you want the full layout, full bleed image and no page numbers, all you need to do is use this none master page, and it basically works like a master page eraser. So if I wanted to have no page numbers or folio information on this side, I would just grab this little thumbnail, drop it on the right page, and it erases all of the master objects. The other way you can use a master is to set up things in the exact right location, and then as long as you are careful with them, you can selectively release them from the master and edit them. So let's say that for each different page in this publication, there was some different information in this spot. So this is on my master and I can't click on it. And my A master, remember, is also on layer 1. So in order to edit this box, again, only for a good reason, I am using my master to make sure it ends up in the right location. And then all I have to do is hold Shift and Command on a Mac or Control on a PC and click that object, and it's released from my master and is now a normal page object. So now I can edit this box. And remember, there's no way to send this back to a master. If you're someone who has the tendency to accidentally move objects, what I would recommend is to cut that object, make a new layer, do Edit, Paste in Place. You can double click and name that layer something like Release Master Objects, and keep that locked until you go to the next page and need to Shift Command, or on a PC Shift Control click, release another item from the master, change that one, cut it, unlock your released master objects, paste in place, and lock that layer again. So that is your quick introduction and review of the function and editing capabilities of master pages in InDesign.